Greetings and God bless you. This is Sam Smith coming at you from Troy, Ohio, and it is May 6th, the day after Cinco de Mayo. I hope everyone had fun for that if you celebrate that. Um, Sorry about last week. There was more technical difficulties with my microphone, and they're fixed again. So I guess John spoke a little bit too soon on everything being fixed, but as far as I know, everything's good now. But I have missed you guys, and you guys keep my spirits up and everything, because I keep getting responses and little emails and messages telling me how uh, these are these videos are blessing people. So thank you guys very much. Uh, I want to basically kind of build on John's topic that he talked about Sunday about kind of procrastination and how things might get a little feel like they're getting old, and he took it from a very kind of personal point, and I want to get into the word about it. On the word about it, and the biggest thing that kind of separates some people from other people is that the word we understand that the word is a living word and God is a living God. You know, He's always there. He's always watching us. He knows what's going to happen. He knows what has happened, and He's alive. It's not like He told some people to write some things, and he kind of left for a while. Then he comes back and does some things and leaves a while. He's always here. And the Word, the Bible, the Word of truth that is the revealed Word that God revealed to us, is alive. It applies just as much as it did when it was written thousands of years ago. And even though some things are a little archaic in the understanding because of the language barriers, that doesn't mean we can figure out what they mean and how to apply them practically to our lives, because everything in the Word can be practically applied. I don't care what it is, it can always be applied. You will find some way to apply it, and that's what it's there for. It's our path. It's God's will in a book. It's our instruction manual for right living. It says in 2 Timothy 3:16. So, where is First Timothy? It's one of those. So if we read it more, then we will know how to do things better. And sometimes we feel like it's a huge sacrifice to, read that that book that everyone has, but no one picks up. And that's just a trap we fall into. Everyone falls into, I think, at some point. But we just gotta pick it up and read it, and you'll get rejuvenated. You will get instructed. You will just be really happy with yourself with the time you spend. Even like 15 minutes just to take, and read something every day will just improve your life drastically. I know it. And, the word we should never get burnt out on the word. You know how some people will be, on fire, and then they'll be doing the word for a little bit, and then they just stop. They get bored with it, or people aren't encouraging them, or they start like a little Bible study thing and nobody comes, or only a little bit of people come, or they just feel like what they're spending their time on something that doesn't matter, when in reality it really does matter. And so we can't be discouraged by the world and what the world thinks about what we do. We shouldn't be ashamed of what we're doing, and we should always be on fire for God and for His Word. And sometimes we feel like it's a challenge, but when you get into it, it isn't. And life shouldn't be going through the motions. It should be glorifying God with everything we do, every step we take. Everything is about God. It's not about us, really, because if the way we got into heaven and the way we got saved and became righteous was done by our works, none of us but Jesus Christ would be saved. So I'm glad that there's a lot of grace and there's a lot of mercy, or else we'd all be in up a creek without a paddle, as they say. And so the word talks about slothfulness, which is basically kind of laziness. And sometimes we fall into that, but it's okay. That's the best thing. What John was saying is that he's fallen into procrastination mode, and senioritis, we've all been there. Those who have gotten into upper levels of education, and but it's okay. You can fall into that, and God will He'll pull you out if you let Him and if you want Him to, and if you want to. He can't do things without you letting Him do it. And so just because of stuff like that happens, God's got infinite amounts of mercy and grace, and grace is undeserved divine favor. So, we're kind of in good standing with God for eternity. So I like to have him on my side. And part of our lives is learning how to avoid the traps that we might fall into, whether it's playing games for too long or reading other books for too long that are like fiction, or maybe hanging out with people we shouldn't be hanging out more than we should be hanging out more than we should be, or partying too much, or drinking too much, or studying too much, whatever. There's everything can be taken the wrong way, except the Bible. Well, actually, that can be taken the wrong way too. But you can do everything can be done in excess, except for reading the Word and studying the Word and worshiping God. Everything else, though, can be done in excess, whether we think it's good or not. It's not about what we think is good or not. It's about what the Word says is good and bad. So that's just an experience thing. So that's what I like to share about today. Building on John's topic from last week. If you haven't watched his video, this won't make a lot of sense to you, so go watch it. Love you guys, and I'll talk to you next week. Thanks. Bye.